The 2024 presidential election was supposed to be a sure thing for President Biden. He had defeated Donald Trump in 2020, and many believed that Trump's time as a political force was over. However, the political landscape has shifted dramatically in recent months. Polls now show a dead heat between Biden and Trump. This unexpected turn of events has left many Americans wondering how the race got so close. The answer is complex. It involves a confluence of factors that have energized Trump's base and disillusioned some of Biden's supporters. The economy, always a key issue in presidential elections, is a major concern for many voters. Inflation remains stubbornly high, and interest rates are rising. This has led to a sense of financial insecurity among many Americans. Adding to the uncertainty is a series of global crises that have tested Biden's leadership. The war in Ukraine has had a ripple effect across the world, disrupting energy markets and fueling inflation. Meanwhile, tensions with China continue to simmer. The coming weeks will be crucial for both candidates as they try to convince voters that they are the best choice to lead the country through these turbulent times. The outcome will have profound implications for the country and the world for years to come. Recent polls paint a picture of a deeply divided nation on a knife's edge. National polls show Biden and Trump in a statistical dead heat, with the margin of error falling within a few percentage points. This suggests that the race is incredibly tight, and either candidate could emerge victorious. Swing states, always crucial in determining the outcome of presidential elections, are also reflecting this tight race. States like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, which Biden narrowly won in 2020, are now considered toss-ups. The closeness of the polls reflects a deep sense of anxiety and uncertainty among the American people. Voters are grappling with a confluence of challenges, including economic hardship, global instability, and social division. The coming weeks will be crucial for both candidates as they seek to solidify their base and persuade undecided voters. The outcome of the election will likely hinge on which candidate can most effectively tap into the anxieties and aspirations of the American people. Donald Trump has always been a master of connecting with a segment of the electorate on an emotional level. His 2024 campaign is no different. He is tapping into the frustrations and anxieties of many Americans who feel left behind by the economic recovery and disillusioned with the political establishment. Trump's message is simple and direct. He tells his supporters that he is the only one who can make America great again. He promises to bring back jobs, restore law and order, and put America first on the world stage. This message resonates with voters who feel that their voices are not being heard and that their concerns are not being addressed by the current administration. Trump's rallies are a testament to his enduring appeal among his base. They are typically filled with enthusiastic supporters who cheer his every word. His ability to tap into the anger and frustration of his base remains a potent force in the 2024 election. President Biden faces an uphill battle as he seeks re-election. While he can point to some successes during his first term, such as passing a major infrastructure bill and overseeing a decline in unemployment, he is struggling to convince voters that he is the right person to lead the country for another 4 years. One of Biden's biggest challenges is his age. At 80 years old, he is the oldest president in American history. His age has become a major talking point for his opponents, who question his stamina and mental acuity. Another challenge for Biden is the state of the economy. While the economy has improved since the depths of the COVID-19 pandemic, inflation remains high, and many Americans are struggling to make ends meet. Biden's approval ratings on the economy are low, and he has struggled to articulate a clear and convincing economic message. Despite these challenges, Biden remains a formidable candidate. He is also seen by many voters as a steady and experienced leader, which could be an asset in a time of global uncertainty. The economy, a key battleground. As in most presidential elections, the economy is a dominant issue in the 2024 race. The current economic landscape is complex and presents both challenges and opportunities for the candidates. While the Biden administration can point to a decline in unemployment and a period of economic growth, these gains are overshadowed by persistent inflation and rising costs of living. Voters are feeling the pinch of inflation at the grocery store, the gas pump, and in their monthly bills. This economic anxiety is creating an opening for Trump, who argues that Biden's policies are to blame for the economic hardship. Trump promises to return to the economic prosperity of his pre-pandemic presidency, a message that resonates with voters who are struggling to make ends meet. The battle for the narrative on the economy will be crucial in determining the outcome of the 2024 election. The candidate who can most effectively convince voters that they have the best plan to address their economic anxieties will be well positioned to win the White House. Global uncertainty, casting a shadow on the race. The 2024 election is unfolding against a backdrop of global uncertainty and unrest. The war in Ukraine, tensions with China, and the ongoing threat of terrorism are all weighing on the minds of American voters. These global challenges are casting a long shadow over the campaign, forcing the candidates to address complex foreign policy issues and articulate their visions for America's role in the world. Trump's approach to foreign policy is characterized by his America First agenda. He emphasizes prioritizing American interests above all else, even if it means alienating allies or withdrawing from international agreements. This approach resonates with some voters who are tired of what they see as America's involvement in costly and unnecessary foreign entanglements. Biden, on the other hand, is campaigning on a platform of restoring America's global leadership. He argues that Trump's isolationist policies have damaged America's standing in the world and made the country less safe. The contrasting foreign policy visions of Trump and Biden offer voters a clear choice in the 2024 election. The social media echo chamber. Social media has become an increasingly powerful force in American politics, and the 2024 election is no exception. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok have become major battlegrounds for the candidates, who use them to disseminate their message, mobilize supporters, and attack their opponents. However, social media has also contributed to the polarization of American politics by creating echo chambers where people are primarily exposed to information that confirms their existing biases. This can make it difficult for voters to get a balanced view of the issues and the candidates. The spread of misinformation and disinformation on social media is another major concern in the 2024 election. While it can be a powerful tool for candidates to connect with voters and share their message, it can also contribute to the spread of misinformation and the polarization of the electorate. The changing face of the electorate. The American electorate is constantly evolving, and the 2024 election is likely to be shaped by several demographic trends. One significant trend is the growing diversity of the electorate. The Hispanic population, in particular, is growing rapidly and is becoming an increasingly important voting bloc. Another important trend is the aging of the baby boomer generation. Candidates who can build a broad coalition of support across different demographic groups will be well positioned to win. Turnout, the deciding factor. With the race as close as it is, voter turnout will be crucial in determining the outcome of the 2024 presidential election. Both the Biden and Trump campaigns are laser-focused on getting their supporters to the polls on Election Day. Historically, presidential elections with higher voter turnout tend to favor Democratic candidates. Both campaigns are engaging in massive voter mobilization efforts, using a variety of tactics to reach potential voters. The outcome of the election may very well hinge on which campaign can most effectively mobilize its base and get its voters to the polls on Election Day. A race still up for grabs. As we enter the final stretch of the 2024 presidential race, one thing is clear: the outcome is far from certain. The polls are tight, the electorate is volatile, and the stakes are incredibly high. The race is a toss-up, with both Biden and Trump having a legitimate chance of winning. The 2024 election is shaping up to be one of the most consequential in American history. The outcome will have profound implications for generations to come.